explains my outlaw credentials. If anyone has any questions, I'll be trying to answer if you bear with my stammering presentation.
Is there a parallel between your mail artwork and your training work?
Yeah, well, I consider both as networking, an aspect of the largest, the rail network. The boxcar is the largest actual physical network, and the mail art is global, and as a involvement in that, a bigger network, but subsequently they got the virtual network of the internet, so I guess you might say I'm working on 3 networks now, but yeah, I consider rail as networking and also mail as networking.
Who are some of your earliest influences or people you were noticing when you started doing train art?
Train art, well, I was impressed with Herbie. He was the most prevalent one when I was kind of attracted to the practice. And then, of course, Rammer was another one. So Rammer, and then the guy, the third generation Bozo Texino person was really active. So those 3 in their pervasive saturation of the network was inspiration or impressive enough that I wanted to participate too. So I finally bid in an afternoon switch engine when I was down amongst all the cars. Part of my duties was to make sure that the rails didn't roll out the downhill yard. I had to tie all the rails down with hand brakes to make sure when they kicked the cars in there that it didn't roll out. Subsequent to that, I had little to do with just sit there and make sure that my hand brakes were sufficient. So I mean so I had the opportunity and the inspiration, so I started being a vandal myself.
What do you think of the new generations of
Well, at first it was welcoming to see them because I thought that would be an audience increase, you know. But since spray is superior to everything else, and I started being covered up, I kind of had an ambivalent feeling that kind of scarfed me that they disrespected my work, was covering it all up, and I thought maybe they'd, you know, would have enough respect, but you know, given the medium that I was indulging in with paint stick versus superior medium like spray that covers everything, I've had a kind of ambivalent feeling about it. I'm glad that these people feel free enough to express themselves, and I want to champion free expression in any way. But then conversely, it's disconcerting to see my work covered so frequently.
Did you ever have a problem with your any bosses telling you to stop